In this video, I'm going to begin discussing the preferences, or on Windows, the properties that can be set in the new MandalaMaker application. Setting these preferences or properties can save you time and clicks and make your life easier on the program. For example, in a fresh out-of-the-box MandalaMaker application, when I click the Create New Mandala button, I see a dialog box, and this asks me to choose a color space for my mandala. The default choice is RGB, but I could choose Web or CMYK. But even if I want to choose the default RGB, I'm going to see this dialog box each time I open Create a New Document, and I'll have to click the OK button before I can create my document. Now, when I go to save my document, and I go to the File menu and choose Save, the dialog box will open by default to my Documents folder. And that might be where I'd like to put this document, but I might well want to put it in some other subfolder of my Documents folder, or on my desktop, or who knows where you might like to put yours. But in any event, I can here choose a different place and put that in. However, each time I want to go to another place, I would have to navigate to it in that box. The same is true when I choose Open. That same Documents folder will open up, but if I've been saving my files into another location, then I'm going to have to again navigate through the file system to find the location that I'm looking for. Another thing, when I want to export my image, I get an export dialog box that tells me to choose settings for the file type, resolution, and image size that I want to export. So I need to choose a size that I like, set that, and now I can export my image. And choose a place for this to go. And again, this is going to default to my Documents folder. So let's see how we can make our lives a little bit easier by using the preferences. Now, I'm working on a Mac here, so I'm going to go up to the MandalaMaker, or as we say on the Mac, the application menu, and choose Preferences. If you use Windows, then you would go to the MandalaMaker Edit menu and choose Properties. In either case, it will open up this window, which has several tabs. It has General, Paints, Images, and Text. In this video, we're just going to look at the general preferences. So at the top, we have default directories, and as you can see, the MandalaMaker file directory is our Documents folder. The export file directory is our Documents folder. And down below, we have some export settings. So all of these things are items that we had to deal with each time we worked with the documents. Here, I can browse and locate the folder that I would like to have my MandalaMaker files go into. I could choose a different location. Perhaps I'd like to choose my desktop so that my export files go directly on my desktop. And of course, how big and what type of file would I like to create each time I export. I can set those items right here. At the bottom of this export settings box, we also have an auto apply choice here. So if I choose never, then each time that I want to export, or when I import an image into a mandala document, I need to choose the export settings. And I will get a dialog box, as we saw a moment ago, that asks me to do that. Now, it will already be set with my default settings, but I will have to click through it nonetheless. If I choose the As Needed option, then when I add an image to my mandala, then it will automatically apply these default settings without asking me and without me seeing the dialog box. If I choose always, then each time I create a new Mandala document, these default settings are automatically applied to that document. Now you can always change those settings from the File menu, choosing Export Settings, but this gives you again a shortcut. So that covers the general preferences of MandalaMaker 3.